Hey everybody, welcome back to the comic book collection update. We have another five. Like I said, no new ones, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to do something when I can't find five comics because I'm thinking the five limit is good unless it's like things that I have already started. I'm just trying to and I want to finish. But the reason why I'm saying we're gonna have to do something if I can't find five, and I'm thinking, and I don't want to, but I might put like the other versions of because of the Shrouded College, and I don't want to because I want to make a whole video on that on its own in the series, but it might actually get involved because I do have actually video audio of like I think one to three of the Bloody Dozen. Yeah, so is it a Bloody Dozen? Yeah, Bloody Dozen. So we don't know, but anyway, another five comics. What I can say about these is that I would the most memorable one was Crypto because right now before I even started the video, I was like, man, I should have read Crypto last. I'm remembering it like it's the last one, and it was the first one I read. So I don't know. I don't know if y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but yeah, we'll find out. Let's start this video. Let's start the stuff. Okay, Crypto, the last dog of Krypton, issue 4. Not really much talking until towards the end, but basically you see Crypto. Oh wait, oh let me just get y'all a heads up or something on this. This is a disclaimer. If you don't want to hear or know about a sad event that happens in here, I'm gonna give you the warning before I say it. But this one has like a sad event. So Crypto, he's alone, wandering the streets eating trash, and he bonds with another dog. Him and that dog bonds so well that they sit up there and just play around, run the streets, run through the park, cause a little mischief here and there for people. It's not bad mischief. It's just like, harmless fun. Knock over the snowman, snatch the frisbee they throwing, running through their little chess game and nonsense like that. Running on the ice ring, stuff like that. So he's just bonding with another dog. Now, they meet a group of kids that ends up giving him some name. The dog he bonds with is a brown dog, so they call him Brownie, and they call Krypto Sweetie. So they're playing, they're running around. The kids are trying to show uh, Krypto and Brownie a base, but it seems like they got lost, so they don't know where the base is actually at. But they go to a field, just wander around in the field, and then like a little bit out the way, they see this machine, and they didn't know what it was. It was like a robot, and they plug it up, and the robot activates, and it's a Brainiac drone or something like that, and the Brainiac drone basically tell the kids that, hey, I came here. I just fused with a whole bunch of y'all technology. Your technology is a little out of date, but I'm here to like survey, make sure there's no threat, and then make sure there's. Then once my I get the okay to make sure there's no threat, there never will be a threat in that there's you know basically he can start like doing an extension on of the planet and everything like that. And when the kids they started attacking it, then it's like, hey, y'all no threat, so I have no problem with y'all. Until one kid tried to unplug the robot, and he did it, and the robot was like, "Hey, I already updated myself to bypass that, so you're no threat, but that's annoying. So I'm gonna get rid of you now." And Crypto and Brownie steps in, and I'm just gonna say, here comes the sad part, because Crypto and Brownie get hit by the robot and falls. Now, the Brainiac drone was about to attack the kids again, and you know, Krypto hops up, barks a little loud. The robot noticed, and like Krypto barks, but he didn't hear the other bark. And when he goes over there, you see the other dog, and I'm about to get the description, just lifeless, no moving, head just he just limped on the ground. Eyes are just staring into space because he is gone. He passed away, and it upset Krypto, and Krypto destroys the bot. While he was destroying the Brainiac bot, the kids ran to go get help, and the bot was like, "I'm that I don't need like telling them like you're a threat, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, all kind of stuff, and just Krypto's just destroying it out of rage, using like laser heat vision and just fighting, and he ends up beating the robot and like taking the other dog and dragging him off and like sit up there and just lay with him. When the kids come to try with help, try to find a robot, Krypto has smashed just so bad it's just gone. And I hope that's really what happened. Oh, because God darn, that's going to be a bad situation. That went and we go try to upgrade itself some more. And they're looking for Krypto, and Crypto's just there with dead body, and he's not responding to him. He's not going to find him, and they didn't find him. So Crypto then the next morning was like, I can't keep like you could tell by that thing like he got to move on. He didn't say nothing. He's a dog. He didn't bark or nothing like that. He just moved on, and he was somewhere on the outside of Kansas, and that's where the issue ends. Uh, yeah, they doing a lot. This one's got a lot of more of a feeling, like make you feel in the comic, and I'm actually enjoying it. It's not bad. Second issue of Godzilla escaped the Deadzone. Um, the Wanderer. Oh no. Yeah. The Wanderer is basically trying to see what's going on with the young girl he has seen come out of one of the kaiju's, and she started talking, wondering where her brother at, and then he was like, two of you, and then like the other kaiju comes, and then another kaiju comes, and then something burst out of him, and it's a kid, and he's like, what the world? And you find out the young girl name is Glass Eater, and he was like, what kind of name is that? And then like Tranquilizer Dart hits him, hits the boy, hit the girl, then hit the boy, and then hits the Wanderer, but the Wanderer stays up. But then the Wanderer like tries to walk and try to find who shot it, and then they throws like some gas at him to make him pass out. So after all that, he wakes up chained up to a wall, and someone comes and like tells him like, "Hey, you're an interesting looking fellow. We'll talk after the sermon." And he was like, after the sermon, but before that was said, he noticed the smell of this weird thing of Kaizi something that attracted Godzilla, and he tried to warn the person that, hey, if you have that, Godzilla's gonna come and stump this place, and it's like, nah, Godzilla ain't. And he find like it was like the gods won't do that to us, and if so, we welcome them, whatever, like that. And like you find out it's a church for Godzilla, and they did some recruiting, and they found people to come over there and stuff like that. So during the sermon, they they're starting to preach on how they were mutated and everything, because in the dead zone a lot of people are like mutant, there's like mutated, and in the deepest areas where there's church at, so they went go get people from the mutant city to come to the church, and the mutant city used to be Portland, and or I think, but anyway, they end up bringing like mutant people and telling them like you was transformed on a purpose. There's a willing, and that's the purpose of this church, is to tell you the good word about all this. And while she was giving it was a woman, and while she was giving the word, you find out her name is Mother A. And while she was giving the word, the Wanderer started to transform a little bit, being more aggressive, being more stronger, starting to look more like Godzilla himself. And when he breaks through the floor. He just caused a little ruckus and stuff like that. And while the ruckus was going on, the kids, they were there and they was on the side, and the kids are a glass eater and runt, and they come trying to run to the Godzilla like thinking he's cool, and the guards grab them and try to bring them back, and they fuss and fighting with them, and that's when the Wanderer scenes and just snatches up the guards and just rips them apart and throw them out the way, and then take the kids and run. And the Mother Aid send the guards after them, and it says there's nowhere to run. And then you find out deep into the dead zone, it's like almost like a dense forest type. It's very unsafe because of so many different kaiju's. So in part three, we'll see what happens in this dense area of the deepest, darkest areas of the dead zone. The Cold Witch. A Tale of the Shrouded College. Issue 5, the last one of the Cold Witch series. Um, you know, I'm just gonna say it was. I don't like the ending. It was going well. This issue was going well. So let's just start it. So um, Violet basically is attacking the. She's attacking the Shrouded College, one of the stations or something like that. So I don't know if this is the actual Charlotte College for really or if there's other places, but she's attacking it. While attacking it, just know she is basically wrecking shit. She's killing all of them with ease. And she's telling them, bring her, Marky or Marcus or Mark or whatever. Marcus is the body. So, she can have at least his body. And basically, she's basically just, like I said, just running amok, just killing everybody. She got tricked though, and she seen his spirit and like followed it and fell down a little hole, and she threw out like a big ass ice age type attack that just threw out spikes. And I'm gonna say this: she was damn near about to destroy the whole city that this facility was at. But let's take a pause and let's go to what is his name? Let's see, what's this guy name? He helped her get everywhere. I can't see. Sebastian. Sebastian, most likely worked with Marco before and knows how he died. But Sebastian and his wife and their child are basically about to make an escape out the city because he's basically told his wife, "This is our time to escape. If she succeeds, she succeeds. But if she don't, give us time to move on, to get escape and stuff like that." So they make they on their way escaping. They get in the way while Violet is basically destroying the Shrouded College. But back to her. So while she's down in this pit, she basically almost killed everybody in the building, though, even from that little huge ice blast. So Isaac Newton is the leader of the Shrouded College, and he basically comes to her talking about, I want to make a deal. He tells her he leads it, and he want to make a deal. He can give her what she wants, but she got to give him what he wants. And basically, he want her on her team, on his team. And the reason why he wants her on a team is because there is not the Shrouded College is not the only magical group. There's also other ones like let me see, the Aristians, the Eyes of Sunset, the Walking Blues, and the Shrouded College is like the weakest one, and it's the newest and weakest one, and it just wants to make they just want to make their own group. They just want to have a stash of powerful weapons just in case a war breaks out, so they can win. And let me see, the Aristicians, I want to say, They basically use like golems, automatrons, enhanced swords and armors, great clinking mechanics, machinists. These are Aristihans too, or Aristocats or whatever like that. Or artisans. Artisans. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I struggle with artisan. Oh my goodness. I don't know where my mind was. Okay, but anyway, the next ones are the Eyes of the Sunset. They come from Korea and Japan. Oh, and the artisans are from I don't know. Oh, they're like Eastern Europeans. All right. So the Eyes of the Sunset are basically Korean and Japanese. That's changed. That has changed. They believe true strength is beyond compulsion, the divine, mathematic, whatever. How did they get it? Oh, they found power in nature. That's how they get theirs. And then the other one, the Walking Blues, are basically artists, like singers, dancers, and summoners, and they basically summon like they emerge power. And I think Isaac was like they the ones that don't really know if, how much power they actually hold. But besides that, he told Violet he wants to use her to basically fight against them if something happens, and if she do, she gets Marco back, and she accept the deal. I'm just not even gonna lie to you. She is not nothing great happened. She accept the deal, and basically she gets his body. She revives him with her magic as the cold witch. And the thing is like he's actually low key suffering because he can't get warm. So that's how that ends. It wasn't all that, but we do know the name of the next um part of the Tales of the Shrouded College, and it is called Empire of Ash. So whenever that comes out, we'll check it out. Okay, the new Avengers, issue 4. Um, so we left off with the group fighting Namor, and they're struggling a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like we thought Claire was gone, but she came back and stopped Namor for a second, but he escaped and ran off to go to Imperious Rex. But while he's going to Imperious Rex, we got a cutscene going to um, Tony Stark's clone, Iron Man clone, and his robot functions is about to resurrect him, so we might be seeing him again. But back to Imperious Rex and Namor. Imperious Rex became a huge destructive creature, and he's using mind controlling, telepathically controlling Namor, and they're starting to destroy cities and stuff like that. The new Avengers finds them. Laura is fighting Namor. Namor is telling her to kill him, trying to make insults to kill him, while everybody else is fighting Imperious Rex. Imperious Rex shows off that yeah, you can destroy part of my body, but I regenerate bigger and stronger. So they're struggling with him. Laura's struggling with Namor. And Carnage, they put him as saving people, but Carnage want to actually fight Imperious Rex and basically take him on, but they keep telling him to save people. So eventually they lose track of Carnage, which is Eddie Brock's Carnage. And he went and because he helps out with Imperious Rex major time because so Laura and Namor's fighting and then Laura tells him like, hey bro, forget your royal blood, forget that. And then like you're something more. And then it's like Namor realized he's both royalty and a monster to Earth dwellers. So he broke out of the mind control and he went to go fight Imperious Rex. And while about to attack him, Imperious Rex realized something's wrong with his body, and Carnage had taken over, like got inside of him and started like fucking with his body to make Namor get the killing blow. So with that being said, they they got the killing blow, and like they was praising Carnage about it, and Carnage was like, "Hey, cool." And Eddie Brock, but they was telling Eddie Brock, and when Eddie Brock went into his like below level, like basically his inner sanction with Carnage, Carnage was like, you know, you brought me you know that was just the start of it. Which one of these victims I want to kill? And they had a list: Namor, Hulk, Claire, Laura, um, Eddie Brock, and Natalie Black Widow. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's gonna die. So they gotta have a problem. They are their own problem. They're gonna eventually have to be fighting them in situations too. And I want you to know. So Iron Man clone's about to be resurrected. Um, Ouroboros, Reed Richards' clone is still out there, and they tracked him down. At the end, they tracked him down, and it might be a little too late because he's doing something in the Mexico, like South American areas, and also the the freaking which ones are left? The Black Panther clone and the Doctor Strange clone. So with all that being said, they gonna have problems with themselves. This is gonna be hard, but anyway, they know where Ouroboros is, and they are going to track him down and hopefully stop him from destroying the world, because he's the biggest threat of all. Okay, Predator kills the Marvel Universe issue 2. Before I start really diving into it, I'm gonna say something that didn't what wasn't said in the last one. Is so there's a doctor named Cornelius, and he set up there and have his own predator that he's doing experiments on. You get in the first issue, you get introduced to this doctor and the predator, but because of General Pet goes to Dr. Cornelius, asks him about his project, and like Dr. Cornelius let her into the room, and she gets attacked by the predator. And then in this issue, she is about to get stabbed and killed, and then Cornelius stops her, and stops the predator and tells her, you'll get all your information, and this is a valuable ally that I have, and she just want the information to bring back to the Pentagon. And he knows that this specimen now belongs to him. Talking about the predator, he do not belong. His brain was washed. He got a little advisor to control him, so he's not part of the other predators and stuff like that. But anyway, now to the main story that's going on. So they start the attack, and they start off first by taking out one of the strongest mutants of all time, Magneto. While him and Charles Xavier is playing chess, they sit up there as talking about how they have a common enemy like no other, the humans, regular people. And they are saying how they regulate and do everything, and it's like, they're just going back to the normal little beef they have. But all of thing, Charles Xavier gets a little warning slash feeling from the Fantastic Four about their deaths, and he's on the ground. And while he's on the ground, the Predator race made a magnet that actually targets Magneto to take him out, because he is the biggest threat. He can take out a whole fleet. So they wanted him gone. So after they got them gone, there's a group of predators or Khajiits or whatever like that, whatever they are, that are actually with Craven, going passing up the Shield HQ, giving them, because he's in while the Predator fleet is in stealth mode, the Craven and another one in a Predator is in what's that is the Guardians of the Galaxy's ship. So with that being done, they was able to bypass, get shown without being attacked. And with that, they went to the Avengers HQ and they attacked, you know, uh, and they attacked like the Avengers. But before that, let's talk about how they disposed of how they're starting to fight with the X-Men by, you know, while they're training, they're in Cerebro, thinking Cerebro is just basically think that's Cerebral they in. But anyway, they thinking they're doing a Sentry training program, and then all of a sudden they see the Predators and they're like, what the hell are these things? How about we reboot the system and try, and boom, you know, Cyclops get hit, and it ends off like that. But basically showing that they are about to, they basically about to fight the Predators, and some of them can be close. So this is like not a fair fight they about to get into. But they attacking the X-Men completely. But like I said, they also attack the Avengers, and they think it's the Guardians of the Galaxy landing on their in the property. But then they have a feeling when they don't see them come out after X telling them they got some cold ones. They was able to sense that the Predators were behind them, cloaked, and they attacked. But the thing I'm not understanding is that they're not really worried about all the others. They are only worried about Bruce Banner, the Hulk, and they set a trap for Bruce. They were baiting Bruce. They want to bait Bruce to get the Hulk out and chase him. So some reason how, I don't know if they actually killed Captain America, but they had his shield. They threw it on the ground. It's cracked. It got what that is, blood on it. And Craven basically is baiting them out. And it ends with saying that Craven and his hunting party would only get one shot. Basically take out the Hulk. So there there's going to, there's more issues, and that's where this issue ends. And I really want to know what's going to happen. But if you look on screen, I have the variant version with Blade on it. Just to let you know, Blade ain't even in it, so that sucked. But I wish he was, because Blade, he saved the Marvel Universe once. He'll do it again. You know that.